Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4. I almost said 3, but Hearts of Iron 4. Waking the Tiger. Yes, I know what I'm going to play, but I just get used to saying things. So we're going to continue this here. We are going down and experimenting with the new German setup. I've been playing mostly Black Ice Hearts of Iron 4, or Kaiserreich, which is very different, of course. Kaiserreich I look at as a completely different game, just on the same basic engine. Okay. Good. Building up. Okay, good. We've got those. We got those. Okay, so let's see. What we're going to do here now is... I want to throw on a maintenance company and a signal company. We have the power, and we can do that without. And here, I want to put on an air superior support. We have enough. Yes, we do. Just barely, but enough. That reaches those goals. Now, since we've done that, let's... We're adding the different locations. Adding more of that, and we will add another 2 divisions. We're going to come over here, and where's trucks? Here's trucks. Okay, got that, and let's do that. Need this more, okay. Okay, we've got Sweden nearly maxed out, at least under current conditions. Let's get some more from Portugal for now. And let's increase our anti-aircraft. Well, Bobby, I don't know. Maybe just I'm too old and don't think computers... I don't think computers will ever be able to answer those kind of questions in that way. What I really, though, do sort of think that you can, to some degree, is try to do what Paradox is doing, to try to figure out things in this manner. As you know, I'm, at least compared to some people, older. I remember having a conversation with one of the developers of a 3D graphics company. And they were, they made a 3D graphics program that was designed to do a walkthrough of a house. Like for, you know, if you were going to say put a house on, you know, on the market and, you know, sell one, and wanted to be able to have somebody to do a walkthrough to sort of kind of, or if you're trying to design a house or something like this. And I was talking to the guy, and what was his software is, well, you had to design the house and put it together and then render it out, but it was a fixed walkthrough. No, I wanted to be able to walk through, you know, walk through first person. Oh no, you can't do that. That takes too much computing power. I go, well, I want a whole city that you can walk through. I sort of wanted to have a Dungeons and Dragons kind of a game in which you know, was a first-person hack and slash or shoot 'em with a bow sort of game. Oh no, you can't possibly do that because you have to draw the furthest away thing from you to then the closest away thing from you and superimpose it on. I had this guy explain it to me. He was one of the developers. And you can't... And I go, well, why couldn't you just draw the closest thing first and then put the other things behind it, and maybe you don't need to get to drawing everything farther away oh no, you just couldn't do this. You just don't have the computing power. And this was at Comdex. I don't know if you know what Comdex is or was, but this was when there was one Comdex in Europe per year, and there was one Comdex in the US per year. And everybody who was anybody in the computing companies, businesses, was at Comdex at the time. And so it was, everybody was there. And this is what they thought. And you know, and they was telling, you know, and I was fairly young at the time. I mean, not super young, but I was fairly young at the time. And, well, you need, you know, even a supercomputer couldn't do that kind of stuff. And you couldn't do that, you know, it'd just be way too expensive. And I'm going, well, in the future, well, no, you're just not going to happen. And, of course, the old computer that I've sort of replaced with my new computer kit that I'm using now is better than the old Cray supercomputers by far. And so this new one's even much better. So what I think can be done with computers and what may be able to be done with computers is very different. And again, I may be a bit old in my perspective there. Yeah, so I think computers can do better simulations than Hearts of Iron. The big problem with Hearts of Iron will be the AIs, and so you can always have you know, people playing each country out, and you just work it out there, and you know, work out various things, and you know how effective bombing sites were, how effective the weather was, and then map all that stuff out, and it can, you know, but you'll never get 100%, because once you start changing enough, the human factor comes in. Well, what if things are different? Well, then humans are going to do different things. Okay, so let's continue here. I hope you watching on later on YouTube enjoy this. Do note, if you may need to zoom in down here in the corners where you should be seeing the text that the people are pointing here. And I would like feedback, you on YouTube later, whether you can read the text or whether I should make it stay on the screen longer. Or not. Or whatever, if you want to try to follow along on these conversations when we are doing you know, both live and later. Yeah. About surrounding troops. Okay, so we have Rommel's oversized supercorps, our army. I really want them to add more layers. I love that we've got layers. I love that we now have command structures. I just want more layers. And then, of course, I want divisional commanders. Now, if we can, and I quite honestly haven't looked at it, and I don't know if anybody has. Oh, pause these things. Okay, Czechoslovakia returns southern Slovakia to Hungary. Okay. Italy pursues closer relations with Germany. Hungary demands southern Slovakia. First Vienna Award. Okay. Asked to join faction from Italy. Okay. We will accept in Italy into our faction. Yeah, Arno. Well, I know the people who Beamdog, the people currently working on Baldur's Gate, have made some mobile versions of the old Baldur's Gate, which, you know, I'm slowly going to, you know, be playing for the channel. But currently, under the current computing powers of any of the mobile, you know, tablets or smartphones, just aren't there now. Like I'm saying, I'm not saying it won't be someday, you know, as computing power gets better and better and better. But and I think I know all this in an open source version. It just those who know what it takes to have this game run. It's just not a practical with what's going on. So yes, we can align Hungary right now. That's cool. Well, let's wait a bit. Let's just wait a few days. I'm not going to do something else. Let's just wait to see if Hungary with the Vienna Awards coming up here. But maybe they won't happen because we got that from the Vienna Award, but the second one, of course. Well, I guess because they're already in our faction. Okay, so not going to happen that way. Let's see if we can get in Hungary this way. Aha. Okay, we're building anti-aircraft guns, which are good. I want to be able to look down into the Mediterranean and northern. Oh, come on. And look out over Poland effectively, so we'll do those. They'll build pretty quickly. Yeah, I know we do the Vienna Awards, but it could be the conditions for this one to fire could be that Romania is not in faction in the Axis. Okay, sure, punk. Great. And then blitzkrieg, proper blitzkrieg, which enables breakthroughs. Like I say, these are building fast, so yes, because we expanded our factory building capabilities. Okay. Now we'll shift that over to anti-aircraft gun improvements. How is Japan doing inside of China? Well, still pushing. Surprised they haven't got this. I understand the Red Chinese, they've got a lot of bonuses and whatnot to hold out there well. And forts and things, but a little surprised they haven't got that done yet. Nope, we're getting close there yet. As long as you can until I think the war starts, you want to keep the MIFO bills going. I think by now, though, the British are no longer fooled by the idea that Germany's rearming. So eventually that should have probably sort of, I don't know, no longer be a thing. Okay, so yes, 39, so we can do that, but already got that in production. Yeah, let's do the MP38. Well, maybe this will make Romania stronger. And since they're in my faction, maybe they won't have to give up Bessarabia. That won't be forced to do that, so that'll, you know, one river further closer invading the Soviet Union would be helpful. Now what I want to do here is, okay, we got 500 medium tanks, so let's take a look at our armored division here. Let's convert this to medium tank. Do we have enough? I know we have enough of that, but if we have enough medium tanks. Okay, we need 800, we have 500 available, but we're not going to war for a while, so let's just do this. That will also sort of, we will, by coming over here and looking, we need more. I already knew that, but I might not know that. Later on, we'll increase our production there. And we need more tungsten. How can we get it from? Pause. Well, Portugal's good for now. Isn't a problem now. Okay, Pax Americana. Align Hungary. Good. And Hungary wants to join the faction, or is able to be in the faction. They will accept. So let's get Hungary. Okay. So now we have that. Now we're going to come over here, I think. If you got any, I'm thinking Fate of Czechoslovakia next. Unless some of you, and I'll give you a moment or two to, there's a delay between what I say and what you can hear and then type. I'll give you a moment to do that. I know we can't integrate economies, and that will be nice eventually. You see all that, that'll be great. Like I say, we're going to, but I think Fate of Czechoslovakia is the best next one, so once I pick it, I can't undo it. That's afterwards. No objections? Okay. No, not yet. Eastern claims. All that does is give me Memel up here, which is nice and does start down the road of getting Danziger War. And okay. No, okay, I won't even go there. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I have to be very careful what I say on some things. Even though it's, I would say, meaningless to whether I said them or not, but I'm going to do that, not do that. So we're going to go Fate of Czechoslovakia. You don't even know what I was going to say, or what the topic was going to be. But no. So Fate of Czechoslovakia. Just some of the stuff I've got to be careful with. That'll get us all these check capabilities. Okay. And constructions improved. Great. Which will allow us to improve resource excavation, I should say. That's another. Yeah, that's if they do, but they're not going to be taking Lithuania, I don't think, until we take Poland down. So, I don't think it's going to happen. At least I don't, unless it's changed much more radically than I know. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Okay, High Command. So we basically unlocked everybody. We're mostly, and Germany very much was still mostly an infantry army, so we're doing this one first. I really don't like fully filling up the province. And we're going to build even more tanks. I like tanks. We'll see what we're going to do with Yugoslavia. Not sure yet. And more. We have that upgrade. Okay. Yeah, more factories. I think we've pushed towards tanks enough for the moment. Yeah, pretty comfortable. Lots of fighters, lots of transport planes are enough, I hope. Well, we are building para-divisions, so let's build a few more transport planes. Do 2 more factories for that. And we need... while we can, more. Might as well get it while we can. Well, let's get it from Mexico. And with our additional research slot. Okay, we're September 39. Now let's look here. We can start doing some of these. Well, let's do reconnaissance. We're building up a pretty good army. I'm feeling pretty comfortable about this. MIFO bills. Hey, what do you know? It's the MIFO bills. How'd I guess? And more resources, great. That is very good. Let's do that. And more naval formation. I'm used to building so many more different things with black ice. Yes, we'll do that. I do like that you have the ability to focus either rubber or oil. Or you can do both, like we're doing both, because Germany needs both. But like the US should have plenty of oil. Should. I haven't looked at it in detail, but it should need rubber. Okay. Put this aside for the moment. Since we're going, we're gonna historical. We're gonna set this up and do it historical. It just should keep the world, because if we do this, it costs more for the power, but also I think there's more other bad things. So yeah, we're gonna set up Slovakia. It's not a big deal either way. But we got that, and we're gonna put the squeeze on them still. Okay. And now, well, let's give it a day or two. See if anything pops up. Okay, Beta Czechoslovakia. So now we have them as our puppet. They even have an armored division. Wow. Oh, good. Okay. Well, you know, guys, my throat's getting a bit tired, so I think we're going to end both the episode and the stream here. I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you for liking the videos, and please post questions, comments, suggestions, corrections. Love hearing from you. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.